They enter a room with the presence of deities, charismatic, stunning, impossible to ignore. They'll reach into your core just to hear the echo of your shattering spirit. Narcissists aren't naive, they're hunters. And if you follow the playbook of compassion, fairness, and logic, you'll never win. Love isn't what they seek, it's dominance, submission, fuel, and command. Masters of bloodless battles, these psychological snipers disguise cruelty as charm. Yet beneath the armor lies their deepest dread. They're brittle. Their confidence is an empty vault, starving for your validation, your gaze, your praise. Starve them of it, and watch their facade crumble. Reveal their game without speaking, and their fury erupts. Disappear without explanation, and you inflict the only wound that never heals: being forgotten. This isn't a survival manual for the broken. This is tactical warfare. Here's how to destroy a narcissist, not through outbursts, pleas, or logic, but through calculated restraint, icy composure, and surgical detachment. You won't merely walk away. You'll shatter their facade. You'll force the puppeteer to face their own helplessness, an unfamiliar and terrifying void. The day they stare into the mirror and realize their tricks no longer work on you, that's the day their soul starts rotting from within. Now let's get to work. To defeat a narcissist, you need to study them, not as wounded spirits or complex characters, but as strategic adversaries engineered for conquest. They run on your reactions and thirst for submission. But make no mistake, narcissists aren't powerful. They're empty. What stands before you isn't a person. It's a meticulously crafted disguise, a stage act pieced together from borrowed qualities of those they covet. Every move is a calculated play for dominance. They have no true self, only roles designed to ensnare you. Their charm is a weapon wielded with terrifying focus. You're not just loved, you're worshipped. In their eyes, you're flawless, irreplaceable, their destined counterpart. They copy your hopes, repeat your phrases, adopt your wishes. It seems genuine, because that's the whole point. But this isn't love, it's a takeover. After they've caught you, their true colors show. That's when the mind tricks start, the denials, the mixed messages, the dizzying doubt. Today you're their everything, tomorrow you're nothing. This isn't random, it's how they control you. They keep you off balance to reshape your truth, making you depend on their approval. Their strength comes from appearances, what you think of them, what the world thinks, and how they make you view yourself. That's how they keep you tied. When you start seeing through their act, they freak out, lash out, attack you, because their whole world crumbles without the fake image. Being seen for who they really are destroys a narcissist. But here's their worst nightmare: you speaking their game, you watching their moves without getting upset, you noticing, keeping track, staying calm, you developing resistance. What scares a narcissist isn't your anger, it's your indifference. It's becoming unimportant to you. It's facing someone who sees the truth and simply doesn't care. You can't defeat what you still crave. You can't end what you still hope to fix. But when you stop caring, when their tricks stop working, that's when you take control. The one thing they counted on forever, your focus. Now it's gone. Now you hold the power. Now you're free to walk away. Not through anger, not through emotion, with calculated action. Take back control the same way they took pieces of you. Slowly, steadily. Never face them head on. Never give them the satisfaction of understanding their game. That's exactly what they want. That's their oxygen. When you analyze them, it feeds their ego. When you react, it secretly flatters them. So turn yourself invisible. Become a blank wall, a silent void. Let them drown in the terrifying quiet of losing their favorite toy. Your reaction. This is torture to their fragile ego. Keep them guessing about your thoughts. Leave them questioning your presence. Make them shiver from your absence. They won't transform. They'll just find new prey. They hunt for weaker targets. While they desperately seek someone more pliable, you transform into their worst nightmare, a strategist who observes with cold logic, not wounded emotion. Here's the truth. Narcissists aren't unique. They're textbook, mechanical, stuck on loop. The moment you recognize their game, their power vanishes. Break the illusion, and you break their power. This isn't payback. It's rendering their weapons useless. Why shout at a marionette when you can sever its controls? Defeating a narcissist doesn't mean confrontation. It means leaving the arena while they're still punching at ghosts. Watch as they explode with fury. Dangle bait, recycle every trick that used to hook you, and fail completely. The moment you stop believing the fantasy, you transform into their kryptonite. Narcissists are emotional vampires. They starve without your attention, your awe, your reactions. All their "I don't need anyone" performances are theater. Cut off their supply and watch their facade crumble from within. Watch them deflate like a punctured balloon. Their influence evaporates. They're emotional scavengers, incapable of surviving without draining others. You were always their lifeline. Your pain is their power source. Your engagement is their life support. Withhold your reactions and watch their entire system crash. But the real art lies in the silent withdrawal. A gradual fade so imperceptible, they only notice the emptiness when it's too late to recover. Start with the no contact rule. Don't make a scene or argue. Just disappear. Complete, total radio silence. Ignore their calls, texts, and demands for your time. Most of all, cut off what fuels them, your feelings. When you pull away, they're suddenly empty, desperately searching for someone new to control. But now they're powerless to drag you back in. No words can trigger you anymore. You turn into a void of calm, draining all the power from their games. That's when they start to unravel. That's when the fury explodes. Being ignored drives narcissists crazy. Your silence hits their pride like an ice-cold shock. They desperately need attention, compliments, and constant recognition. But when they see they've lost their spotlight in your life, when they understand you've walked away, that's when their mental attacks start. They'll pull out all the stops. The sugary "I'm sorries," the vows to do better, those "I miss you" messages, just desperate grabs for control. Don't buy it. They'll try to lure you back with memories or play on your sympathy. Don't be fooled. These aren't real regrets. They're just plays in their game. You used to be their target, but now you hold the power. To really drain their control, you need to do more than just stop talking. You have to ignore their mind games completely. No reaction to their attention-seeking, no response to their fake charm. Total silence is your weapon. You're done being their emotional target and their energy source. Step back and watch their tactics fail. Let them wear themselves out chasing drama. Remember the golden rule: no explanations. Never apologize for your quiet strength. Resist the urge to explain yourself or seek answers. Narcissists feed on chaos. They live for the back and forth. Giving them closure just hands them another chance to pull you back, to twist your mind into seeing their perspective. Your best move? Disappear completely. like a shadow that slowly fades. They'll come running after you. That's what they do. But they won't reach you. Not when you show you've already left them behind. Saying nothing speaks louder than any words. Walking away hits harder than any shouting match. When they see their tricks don't work anymore, when their mind games can't touch the fortress you've created, that's when they start falling apart. Bit by bit, their control will fade. They'll hunt for new people to feed their ego, but it's too late. They'll never find another supply like you. A narcissist becomes truly dangerous when they're starving, when they can no longer avoid facing their inner void. Just like any predator, a narcissist without their food supply turns reckless and wild. As they panic, they grow wilder, angrier, yet weaker too. Oh, they'll strike back, no question. They'll attempt to ruin your good name. They'll spread lies about you to friends and family. You'll hear them wail that you're the one who left them behind. But now it makes no difference. You've taken back the story. Their disguise has fallen. You see them for what they are, an empty shell that's lost its power. These players think they're the masters of manipulation, but their whole world depends on disorder, control, and psychological warfare. But listen closely. They can be beaten. They're simply experts at targeting vulnerabilities. Sure, they're strategic, but also painfully repetitive. Your greatest weapon? Mastering their own game and playing it sharper than them. This is when their empire truly crumbles. When you see their game, you don't have to beat them at it. Just reflect their own moves right back. Calm, sharp, and perfectly timed. It'll catch them completely off guard. Narcissists are so self-obsessed, they won't realize you've become better at their own game than they are. Now, let's discuss mirroring, their favorite trick. Narcissists copy people they plan to control. They mimic your dreams, beliefs, and ambitions to convince you they're your ideal partner. They'll soak up your ambitions, then position themselves as the perfect person to help achieve them. They craft a version of themselves that matches exactly what you're looking for. But here's the twist. You can use their own game against them. Mirror them not to be nice, but to target their hunger for power. Watch them closely. Figure out what they're after. Play along with their desires until you can turn the tables. Say they love praise. Dangle a little at first, but never enough to satisfy them. Keep them hungry. Let them keep thinking they're the smartest, most talented person in the room. Then, just when they're not looking, pull back. Little by little, make them wonder why your approval isn't coming like before. They'll start craving it more, but you stay cool and unaffected. The second you stop feeding their needs, they'll start falling apart. They'll believe they're controlling you, but really, you're the one in charge now. They'll return, begging for your validation. But now you're in charge. They've handed you control over their fragile ego, and you decide when to walk away. Here's your weapon. Use their own emotional games against them. Narcissists thrive on stirring up storms. They invent crises to trap your focus, to pull you back in, to make sure you can't leave. Here's the secret. They never see their own tricks coming back at them. When they push your buttons, flip the script, pull away entirely. Turn yourself into a blank wall. Stay so calm and uninteresting that they finally walk away. When they try to provoke you, stay quiet. If they push for answers, don't satisfy their need to know. Your emotions are what keep them interested. But when you show zero reaction, no anger, no excitement, no interest, they lose control. The trick? Let them pursue you while giving them nothing to follow. You become a mystery they can't figure out. They'll exhaust themselves trying to control you, but won't find a way back into your mind. You've beaten them at their own tricks. Narcissists think they're always the ones in charge. But when you stop giving them the reactions they want, when you stop boosting their weak self-worth, everything changes. Their act starts to crack. Doubts creep in. What went wrong? Why aren't you falling for it anymore? That's when the fear sets in.